guys, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is a psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project to solve the problems, challenges, and obstacles in our lives, as well as the self-improvement process to reach the heights, goals, and ambitions that we have set for ourselves, as well as those around us. If we could brief introduction, a brief summary as to how we break down the Ahn Rho Project into domains of life, sub-series, analogies, and so on and so forth, please check out the previous live streams for past 3.5 years through to January 2021 and beyond for more updated versions. This will include the content live stream schedule, how we divvy the 15-minute live stream into domains of life, sub-series, analogies, and so on and so forth, including the live stream schedule. That being said, let's dive into the second segment as usual for today. On the left-hand side, we have a bunch of the phase 2 items. On the right-hand side, phase 3. So that's kind of the physicality versus the digital. And in phase 2, okay, what you see is what you get. A lot of storytelling, commentary, photography. We're going to dive into this, into the collage, and then cover them individually one by one. After that, we have time for phase 3. We'll get to the physical stuff. That being said, 2 points. First of all, we're going to probably have 3 points. First of all, we're going to have probably about 2 streams today, give or take. The second thing is solve 8-5, override, a rule to break all the rules, the system principle to free myself from the system and be purely practical and get whatever most urgently needs done. And last but not least, if you want to skip this even a bridge introduction in the future, just fast forward by about a minute to a minute and a half into the stream. Okay, so take a look here. We have some food, news, videos, music, dance, some pretty lighthearted stuff here, but there are some more serious conversations as well in one of these recordings here. So we can see, once again, like I said, patties for food, news for China and stuff like that, and then we have like some dancing with Bailey, and we have up there with Laid Back, his music reactions to rock music, and then a conversation more serious on the right hand side there, actually. Well, not this. We'll talk about that in a second. Also, this kind of stuff here having to do with food, gifts I received from my colleagues, as well as from domestic guardians. So some cooking recipes, some new stuff into adding more stuff to the bedding. The outfit that I've sort of taken back out from the winter, as well as some mail I received. So, and philosophy as usual, plus finance. So it's just a lot of stuff, a big mixture of different things. Let's get started. We'll start off with segment 4-5, and that's this, as well as this here. So segment 4 and 5, and then turn side to the live stream. So camera, what you see is what you get. We have some conversations here. The left-hand panel, the white one, is the current device. Basically, having a conversation with me and my brother very recently about just food. He came in this morning wondering about what he's gonna get. He's gonna get buy one get one free from one of those like deals, online deals, and get delivery, stuff like that. It's a very lighthearted conversation just for us to catch up. And then we have the laptop here. Of course, the live stream. This is part of the media asset, so obviously it's not just the audio recordings, but the live stream itself. And lastly, we have the audio recordings for the other device here at the very bottom, and that covers the workplace relations between, especially most importantly, a conversation I was finally opening up about what I've been trying to endure and been patient with in the workplace, so that I could teach and sort of make some transformative change for the better of my colleagues, and just everyone have a better time working at a place that really is supposed to be wonderful, but they really don't know how to do it. But things got a little dirty, and it was not a very pleasant conversation to have, especially it was kind of out in the open, and everyone was able to hear what I was saying with them. So there was that. I'm gonna get rid of these, so that's kind of the heavy stuff for today. We're gonna move on. Okay, segment 6 now. We have a lot of segment 6 items as usual, so it's not as heavy. Stoic reflections. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living a life, living someone else's life, by Steve Jobs. Don't allow yourself to be peer pressured into things that you don't want to do. Pretty straightforward. Waterloo engineering. Left hand side, we have to recognize and navigate the darkness before we can see the light. Today, Thursday, so that's something to do with some sort of holiday. Not holiday, it's like a kind of like a Remembrance Day for the World War II vets. This one's for Indigenous peoples, I believe, or Aboriginal. Anyways, that being said, both of these channels here, on Instagram, check it out over there. Copyright notice, not my shit, not my stuff. I don't take ownership for any of this, alright? So get rid of this stuff here. Now let's move on to, again, still more serious stuff here. We have some mail. This is an interest rate offer that I received from TD Bank or something like that, saying increase your whatever, or increase the amount of payments balance you want to put into it, because right now we're offering you a low interest rate. I'm like, I don't owe anything and I'm not going to start. So, but thanks, I guess. And he's like, no thank you. Back onto more serious stuff still. I know it doesn't seem serious because this is cut. If you go to YouTube, you can find cuts. This is the 7 strangers decide who wins $1,000, and it's just specifically the most dirty and the most unpleasant video of all that they have with regards to this series, and probably just in general. It was so poisonous watching this. It was so it's disgusting. The self-entitlement, the self-entitlement, the grandiosity, the pride, the arrogance, the throwing, the betrayal, just throwing other people under the bus. It was so much victim mentality, so much. I don't want to get into it, but the point is, this is a classic example, a classic social experiment of narcissism overtaking the empaths. So narcissism overtaking empathy. And I wanted to showcase this because this is actually one of those videos I downloaded. I searched it up on YouTube, I downloaded it after remembering this, and I wanted to showcase that basically this is what's happening in the workplace. And I'm going to, of course, there's part of the resources going to be providing with my not HR, but my owner's son, kind of, so TB, and then he will sort of understand exactly what's been going on. So that's kind of what I want to say is, it's pretty heavy content. Obviously, this is not a pleasant video to watch. If you guys ever seen it, it's definitely not something that you will enjoy. But it does demonstrate how in society, the nice people always get shafted. So if you're a good person, you have to develop you have to bare your fangs at some point, because you do have to defend yourself. Okay, with that being said, okay, that was a bit more heavy. Let's move on to lighter stuff. Okay. Well, it's not exactly lighter, but we're going to something a little bit slightly. So Taiwan, China, suitability. So that kind of, back and forth between Taiwan, China over trade relations and stuff like that. There's some comments here, and people here are like supporting Taiwan over CPP and whatever. I'm not going to comment on that. I don't have any particular political opinions to chime in on here, but you can just see, there's just some general news articles that I popped up on MSN. So, and I ended up spending some time. Therefore, I have to showcase it over here on the channel because that's how I spend my time. Europe, again, global news, international stuff, right? Europe needs to start thinking more like US on security. German chancellor says so, being less dependent on US, whatever. The whole globalism thing and just taking things apart. So that's some news. We also have some more, and this is more lighthearted, thank goodness. So this is Laid Back DFR. I always like this guy's channel. Great dude, great reactions, and he's reacting now. He's moving from hip-hop over to rock. He's been doing this for quite some time, actually. And this time it's 3 Days Grace. If you guys ever listened to 3 Days Grace, it's a pretty good band. It's not something that hits to me very personally, but I do know that some of their songs are relatable to my experiences, as with many of you. So particularly, why do I love you when I hate everything about you? If you know that song, I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's Riot, and he was basically commenting. Also, we have another video here too. This one video is from Bailey's Hawk, so this is about dance instead. So the music that she was dancing to, I believe, was Pop Smoke or Whoopsie or something like that. It was great. She has great isolations, and her partner here, Anthony CJ, so the two of them are doing this duo. It's really great. You want to check it out, that's fine too. Again, more lighthearted stuff, right? More lighthearted than the political or the relationships or the finance at the beginning of this video or live stream. So now we're moving to gaming, dance, music. So it's gaming, right? Every couple months I'm supposed to log in and just check out the updates on MS. So you guys ever played MapleStory back in the day? So I still have it here. I don't play, but I do check the updates because it provides that kind of once in a while stress relief. It's like nostalgia and reminiscence. You just go back to something that you used to do when you had simpler times as a kid. And so that's one thing I tend to do, but I haven't done it recently. It's almost been like 3 months. So I'll try to get that done if I have some time today. But again, for now, it's always the serious things like caregiving, resolving narcissism, a lot of domestic violence and all that stuff like that, and trying to take care of my health and finances and business. So it's a lot more of this kind of high-level responsibility stuff that I want to get out of the way before I get to the entertainment. So let's move on to food now. So we're moving to segment 7. So the room furnishing. So you can see now there are the blankets here. There's the red blankets. I've pulled it out. It's getting cold. It's getting chilly. It's in winter time. So if you see over the backdrop there, right? Well, the contrast is really shitty by there, so you can't see much. But basically, I pulled out the sheets. And let's move on to food. So food. This is class 2 in nature. You see the broccoli with Vietnamese style thin beef slices with carrot, traditional kind of Chinese mixed with Vietnamese stir fry kind of thing. On the left hand corner we also have again the same beef slices with some green onions and white onions, and the very bottom we have something more western, that's quinoa right there, however you pronounce that. So basically that's that, and I ate some of this, so about 3 different dishes, maybe 1 portion of each from my guardians, or maybe just a couple bites. These are class 4 items now, so as opposed to class 2 for my guardians, to class 4 for my colleagues at the workplace. So ML, again, fantastic individual. It's a browning banana, that's okay, I still ate it, and it has some apple juice. So thank you very much to ML for being just a great friend in general. A great person. I just showing appreciation for, again, class 2, class 4, my great and amazing colleagues at the workplace, TB, the conversation, him being open to me, ML, for the gifts, even my domestic guardians, who have been a source of a lot of turmoil over the past 2 decades, but I managed to resolve their issues, and now they're actually, normal, functioning, healthy people. So thank you for that, for cooperating at least. And then we have here, moving to clothing now, photography. So I now have this suit on. You can get it from Walmart. It's not, I probably shouldn't showcase that much about myself on my face, but basically that's the suit there. You can get it from Walmart for about $120 after tax. Very warm. If you ever go inside in the winter, like, this is a full body suit. It's thick. It's like minus 25 degrees, minus 30 degrees Celsius, and I still don't feel shit, because this stuff is like heavy duty stuff. This is the stuff that traffic control workers probably wear when they're out there in the the sub-zero temperatures. Okay, moving on. We have some more food. Today I had some Michelin. I don't have it yet, but Michelin's chicken patties. So these are class 2 once again from domestic guardians. Michelin's chicken patties, so Jamaican patties. I always love this stuff. You guys make great food, by the way, in terms of that, and I love chicken patties. So this is what it looks like on the inside right here. Some of these are a little bit defective. I recognize that they might be a little bit cheaper as a result, but again, it doesn't really matter. I don't care if they look bad as long as they taste great. It's not healthy for you, I know. It's just something that I noticed I've been binge eating on, that I wanted to, and I'm trying to control myself here. Again, a lot of stress from the relationships, dysfunctional, very almost slightly abusive relationships that I'm trying to get myself out of. Chicken nuggets here as well, same thing, same deal with it, class 2 items. So I just want to say, we're going to remove this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and cover the collage. I think that's everything. Good. Nope, not everything yet. We have this kind of stuff here. Once again, I have to update these resources. You can see, like, from cut, the video I downloaded, right? I saved it to the resources I'm going to provide to my boss, his son. Yeah, that's important. So with that being said, that is everything, and that's the collage right there. I want to get to the I want to get to fitness here for a second. So segment 8. I'll pull up here for a second the Excel spreadsheets. So I mentioned, of course, obviously I just told you I was binge eating, and in terms of that means my diet, my sleep cycles, exercise, activity, going outdoors, taking a shit, waste, hydration, I'm not drinking enough water, all that stuff is kind of, and then administrative stuff, I'm not keeping up to date. Everything's kind of in the shitter right now. I'm still trying to get out of this ridiculous cycle. So that's something worth mentioning. I also, of course, had to update the inventory with all the food that I ended up binge eating on. So inventory, too much food items. But later on today, I do want to plan on getting a new heater. So I'll have to document that too. So that heater over here, class 4 nature. We're going to phase 3, right? Phase 3 in the last 40 seconds. The most active part of the stream. I'm going to take this bag or go out. We're going to probably purchase a new heater. If later on today, perhaps some time, you might want to get a conversation between me and my owner, by the owner of my workplace. We have a lot of garbage I want to get to. There's some chocolate here that is from my dark chocolate that I purchased from my dark gardens. I ate myself anyways. We have some bottles here. This one's a class 2, class 4 item from the Oasis apple juice. And then we have some cake here, as well as granola bars and samosas and stuff. This is all garbage. Clementines from my workplace, class 4 items from the birthday girl at the workplace. So I just had to end the live stream now. It's 15 minutes. So I'm going to take out the trash for this kind of stuff, and we'll see you in the later